Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where today we're going to be doing something very different, not what I expected I'd be doing now. We're going to be sorting out the old girl. There's still no freeloader. Yeah, I will get that done. Eventually. Now those of you who are regulars around here, which is all three of you, will know that I recently bought a new exhaust. Well, I say recently, a few months ago bought a new exhaust for this, and now I've got to get around to fitting it. I've also got a couple of other little things to sort out with her. Put her back on the road again because she hasn't been used in, oh bloody hell, quite some time. So we can get that sorted out, no problem. But first, as I say, the exhaust needs to be changed because at the moment when you start her up, the exhaust comes out from everywhere but the back of the car. It's wonderful. Right, let's get on. Actually, I've just had a thought. Excuse me. There needs to be an explanation with this one, really. So this exhaust is a Series 3 exhaust on my Series 2 on a 200 Di, which was a 200 TDI till I took the turbo off it. And I had to modify the fittings, or make some fittings actually, for the original 2 1/4 exhaust manifold, make that fit. Yeah, there's a few things you have to piddle about with if you want to get these things to fit, because when I first got the old girl, she had a 2 1/4 diesel sitting in her that was gutless and noisy and horrible. It screamed like buggery if you went over about 35 miles an hour, and was deafening. I managed to drive it 200 miles one day. It took me a week to recover. 3 days of that till I got my hearing back. It was not fun. Yeah, so then that was when I decided to get hold of a 200 TDI and shove that in it. As I say, minus the turbo, because this old thing, seeing as she's got the original 1960 running gear, didn't really want to be putting that sort of stress through her that a turbo would generate. Whereas the bog standard 200 TDI without turbo, or the DI as I call it, is just right. Produces plenty of power if you need it, but you can be a lot more gentle with it. And well, this thing as well, even without a turbo, with this very light motor, it gives me about 40 miles to the gallon, which is pretty bloody amazing really for a Land Rover, especially an old one like this. So yeah, I have a Series 3 exhaust, as I say, on here, and that is what I shall be putting on again. Thankfully it's not too difficult a job to get one of those to fit this 200 engine. Only other job I've got to desperately do is, I don't know if you can see that, look at that. That is completely knackered, stretched to buggery, it won't adjust anymore, and it's just not doing a lot. Yeah, so I got that fan belt to change, and a few little electrical gremlins. Rest where it's been sitting around, possibly been chewed by mice, I don't know. I'll find out when I start looking. But she still starts some runs anyway, which is nice, even after been sitting around for so long. Now, first job with this is to disconnect. There are 3 bolts. They would originally have been studs. In fact, I think I've got 2 studs in there still. Yeah, 2 studs, and I've got 1 bolt because the other stud broke out years ago, and it's not easy to find these things. And cast iron's not that easy to repair either, especially if you haven't got a TIG welder. Right, so what I've got to do is get these. I've got 2 nuts at the back to get off and a nut and bolt at the front to get off of this, so I can disconnect the exhaust from the manifold. Should be fun, as it's been on there for fuck knows how many years now. Probably about 15, something like that. I've just given it a wide brush up, and the nuts don't seem too bad. They should be brass ones, hopefully. I just can't remember now, it's been so long. And there we go, after what seems like only an eternity or 2, we now have a free exhaust. Wonderful. Now to get underneath and start disconnecting all the bits of exhaust. In fact, no, I probably won't bother trying to disconnect them. I'll just unbolt them from the hangers. As far as I can remember, I use all stainless bolts, nuts and bolts on there. So fingers crossed. Well, there we are underneath the old girl. That's the first joint. I could actually unbolt that, because that is stainless, I can see from here. And there's the first hanger. I think there are 3 hangers, I think. It's been a long time since I did this. I think I might unbolt the front pipe and then unbolt that hanger. Now I can work my way down to the back, where there are, I think there are 2 hangers. I think there's one on this side and one over the other side. As you can see under here, it's not too bad. There's a bit of surface rust here and there, which is what you'd expect at something of this age. But it's not in bad nick at all. Could really do with a damn good clean up and a repaint on the chassis. Because I painted this, well, yeah, 15 years ago or thereabouts. Hadn't done badly, I suppose. Right, let's get this disconnected there and over there. That'll be 1/2 inch nuts and bolts, or 13mm. 1/2 inch the original ones, 13mm the ones that I put on there. Right, let's get this done. Yep, here we are down the back now. I've loosened off that first hanger. The second hanger is here. If you can see that. 2/3 of the way down the chassis, left hand side. And then the third hanger is just behind the tailpipe there. And I've just found one of my problems is there. I can't see that, but you might be able to, if I've got this in the right place. There's a fucking great hole in that back box, which has had fuck all use. Oh well. Oh, things are knackered. Right, I'm going to release this tailpipe while I'm down this end. Then I'll do that middle one. I am such a happy bunny that I decided to use all stainless bloody nuts and bolts on that, I'll tell you. All these years later, it all came off nice and easily. Look at the state of this. Dirty great hole there, and there's holes all in the bloody pipe here as well. Now look. All rotted apart. Completely bollocksed. The intermediate pipe, however, can't see any immediate holes, but it doesn't feel good. It does feel very, very thin in places, so I'm pretty sure there's probably a hole or 2 in here as well. And it would help if I filmed it rather than filming the wrong bit, wouldn't it? Well, this is unbelievable. 3 bolts holding one end on, 4 bolts holding the back box on. Now all I've got to do is get the downpipe out from underneath the car. Well, I've changed my mind about that front pipe, the downpipe, shall I say. I'm going to keep that one on there. Apart from the fact that I'd have to take the front wheel off to get the damn thing off, I just had a bloody good look over it while I was struggling with it, trying to get it off, and there's fuck all wrong with it. Barely any surface rust on it. It's very, very good condition. Unlike the rest of the exhaust, which is toast. So I should just replace the rest of the exhaust. And the other thing I've just realised, because I've never realised before, is that fucking dreadlocks nearly down to your bloody arse are not the best thing to have when you're crawling about on a dirty floor underneath the motor. The amount of crap they pick up is ridiculous. Right, let's have a look at this exhaust, see what we've got in here. I wonder if any mice have moved in while I've been waiting to put it on. Bloody hell. Aha, one new fan belt. Well, look, this is what a back box is supposed to look like. Not all rotten and horrid. Make sure we got the right one again. Sure I ordered the correct one. Yep. Identical. Well, apart from the holes. Lovely. Right, find the intermediate pipe. That's the down pipe. One intermediate pipe. Okay, now. I wonder if this will rust as badly as the other one. The other one was a shit part one. This is an all makes, which is shit part anyway these days. And the last one was a massive rust within a year of going on, and it had only been kept in the garage. It had hardly been anywhere. That's a slightly different intermediate pipe, I think. Let's have a look. Fuck it. Or is it just the angle of the bends? Oh no, it's the angle of the bends. It is the same. Thank fuck for that. Yeah, this one's wafer thin in places. If I push too hard on that, I'd probably go through it. Right. Take the wrapping off these things and start getting them on there. Although what I might do first is reconnect the downpipe to the engine. Then I've got something to aim for with the rest of it. Now here we are back underneath again. I've just put the intermediate pipe onto its hanger, and it's just sitting there loosely. And I'll put the back box on next, and again it will be hung on the hanger over here. but again only loosely, so I can get the whole lot exactly wangled into position properly before I tighten anything down. And when I put the back box on, I will connect the 4 bolts, nuts and bolts rather, to hold it together, but again I won't fully tighten them down yet. Not until I can make sure it's all hanging in the right position. Once it is, then I can tighten things down. Right, now as you'll see, this hanger is loosely done up. Back box is bolted on now. Not completely tight, but it's almost there. And now she's hanging off the back one as well. So now what I need to do is go and sort the front hanger out and connect up the last 2 bits of the exhaust. Then I can give it a waggle to make sure it's setting nice and evenly, and then tighten it all up down. Well, I just went back down to the front and I realised I've been talking out my arse. What a surprise. There are only 2 fucking hangers on this exhaust, not 3. It's a joy of getting older, you know. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a good thing I triple check everything I bloody do nowadays. I have to. My memory is not what it was, I tell you. Let's look. Where's this other hanger? There's no other hanger. There are only 2. There's one for the intermediate pipe and one for the tailpipe. The front pipe doesn't need a hanger because it bolts securely onto the engine. Anyway, let's get back down to the front again and get the front pipe now connected up. Right, the down pipe is now connected nicely to the intermediate pipe. Now what I've got to do is waggle this into position before it's nice and straight, and holding it nicely, which is about there actually. Now I shall tighten that down and then go down to the back, waggle that one into position and tighten that up as well. Then we're done. There we go, exhaust all done up here, nice and solid, and it's plenty far enough away from the wheel, nowhere near it. No matter how much that moves, there's a good few inches there. Right, that will do. All I've got to do now is tighten up that fan belt and then I'm done for now. Actually, bugger it, no fan belt yet. I'll be doing that tomorrow. I've just seen what the time is. I need to go and sort some dinner out. So, yep, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I haven't. Oh, fuck. I just do love crawling about underneath fucking motors and other shit. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Anywho, that's it for now. I'll catch you again very soon. Take care. Bye.